Okay, so our local unhoused gentleman, we call him Really Hungry Guy because he stands on South River Road with a cardboard sign that says Really Hungry. And we call him Really Hungry Guy. He comes and goes with the wind, and he doesn't look really hungry. He could lose a few.
Well,
Who couldn't?
couldn't we all? He's a decent looking guy.
Oh yeah. If he got a makeover, Matthew McConaughey. But the other day we saw him on the other side of town in front of Walmart.
Very far away.
Yeah. How'd he get there?
He does have a bike. Don't you see him riding around on his bicycle?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. And he was on the phone, on his cellular telephone, talking to something, customer service, like a person.
He had his professional voice on.
Yeah. And he said, the person on the other end, I assume, asked him, what's your name? And he said, my name's Philip, which blew our mind. Like Prince Philip Seymour Hoffman.
It's a very nice name.
Yeah.
Although I feel like no matter what his name is,
Yeah.
learning it would have been shocking because we've been calling him Really Hungry Guy for 3 years.
Yeah.
And I don't think any name would have really fit him.
Yeah. Do you think he goes by Phil? Does he insist on Philip?
I think he's a Philip man.
Yeah.
Because he just has that aura about him.
Yeah.
Like, you don't shorten his name.
Yeah.
You say his full Christian name.
He sounds very, or he comes off as very, not better than an unhoused person, but just he's fallen on hard times, or he's not used to the lifestyle. But I would, if my name was Phil Ip, I would insist on Philip.
Philip. It's a good name.
It's a fantastic name.
It's one of my favorite Disney princes.
From what movie?
Aurora. Wait, what's her movie called?
Who?
Aurora. Sleeping
Aladdin?
Beauty. Sleeping Beauty. Prince Philip.
Is Sleeping Beauty's name Aurora?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
You didn't know that?
No, it was the 1930s, honey. It was very sexist. I didn't know she had a name. I thought she was just blonde princess number one. But like, I would like if people called me Vincent, because I feel that's very classy.
Mm.
But I've always gone by Vince, just to save people a syllable. And you think a syllable here, a syllable there, what's the big deal? But over 45 years, that's 16 months of syllables.
So many syllables.
Yeah, I'm out here trying to save people time and energy and effort. So
I like Vince.
I like Vince.
Vince is better than Phil.
Yeah.
But Vincent, that's nice too.
You know, Vincent and Philip, it's just a buddy cop duo TV show. Next time we see Really Hungry Guy, RHG, are you going to call him Phil? Philip. Hello, Philip. May I call you?
May I call you Philip?
May I call you Phi? What's your last name?
Well, we would scare him, do you think?
Yeah.
I don't want to alarm him.
Lou Diamond Phil.
And oop.
So your parents were over here the other day hanging out, and Frankie Blue Nicholas went to town on his no square. He was on his perch. We're all sitting there chatting, and then Frankie does this thing where he sticks his leg up in the air like he's in Bikram yoga or whatever, and he just starts licking his special area. And he has no shame in his game. And this was the first time he did it in front of your parents.
Yeah, he's usually on his best behavior.
Yeah.
Buttoned up and put together. But he just, I don't know what got into him, or he's finally comfortable enough with my parents that he's showing the darker side.
Yeah. And Frankie goes from no square to like gnawing at his paw nails or whatever. Like,
well, it's a full body cleanse.
Yeah.
So he licks whatever part he's able to reach with his tongue.
Yeah.
And he spreads his claw fingers apart and like licks in between each one, gnaws at his nails.
And the sound is just like grating.
It's disgusting. And my dad was like, "What is he doing? Is this normal? Does he do this?"
Your dad was completely taken aback, like fascinated, but
horrified.
at the same time, horrified. And we're like, yeah, this is Frankie. These are the times you don't want a cat, or you're just like, maybe we should have got a cat.
This is the real Frankie.
Yeah, and there's no time limit. Like, it's not like I've done my no square for 35 seconds. No, he just goes
Ew.
and goes and goes. His animal instincts take over.
He's a very clean cat.
Sure.
He has a beautiful shiny coat, and he
does.
doesn't stink.
Yeah.
He's a beautiful little boy.
Yeah. We could trim his ear hair a little. But is your dad still going to feed Frankie? Is he still affection? Frankie likes, well, your mom, when your parents pulled up and we live on the second floor and the garage and stuff first, the front door is on the first floor. But when they pulled up and they got out of their car, they started walking to our front door. Frankie, how he shows affection is he like moves his head to your hand.
Yeah, he like bumps his head against you.
Yeah, he butts his head against some part of your body. And when he saw your mom from the second floor on the first floor, walking towards our place, he like butted his head against the screen door. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen. It was so adorable.
He was trying to break out and get to Grandma.
Yeah. And it's like, that's like the highs of having a cat. And then the lows is when he gives us the old razzle dazzle. I think it was a lot for Alan Fisher.
I hope I hope this doesn't affect their relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it will, but you got to pretend like it doesn't. Like, I still love you. The good, the bad. So, honey, what does the heel slice in a loaf of bread mean to you in your life?
I'm not fond of it,
Yeah.
but I will eat it.
Yeah. But you won't serve it to the kids.
I won't serve it to the kids.
Yeah. Because I've noticed in our 7-year torrid love affair, 6-year torrid love affair, it's coming up on 6, right?
Coming up on 6.
At the end of this year.
Yeah.
When we have bread, the loaf of bread there's 80% and the 60% and 30%, but the heels always remain, and I eat the heels. I use the heels. I don't mind.
Tell me if you think this is true. I don't know why I believe this, but when I open a package of bread, I take the piece right behind the heel and I leave the heel because in my brain it's like keeping it fresh.
Keep it moisture.
Do you think that's true? Like, does the heel protect the next slice and like keep it from getting stale?
If you want it to be true, it is.
I think it's true.
Okay. But so I eat the heels. I have no problem eating the heels. But the other day, you were busy and you said, hey, make Lennox a PB&J sandwich. And I said, all right. So I go to the loaf of white bread and I see it's about 60% gone, but there's the heel. And I thought, well, normally you would skip past for Lennox because he's very particular. Sometimes he's adventurous, sometimes he's not. But he'll send things back to the kitchen, aka the trash, on the smallest inconvenience. Something that doesn't pleasure his palate immediately. So I thought, well, normally if you were making the sandwich, you would skip past the heel. But I said, I'm not going to skip past the heel and see what happens. It's a social experiment. YouTube prankster, okay? TikTok, ever hear of it? So I made him a PB&J with the heel. And everything worked out fine.
I was shocked that he ate it.
Yeah.
Did he complain? Did he
No.
say anything? Was he like,
No.
what on earth is this?
No. Yeah, what on earth? And he threw it against the wall. He said, I'm never coming back here and I'm leaving you a bad Yelp review. No, he ate it. No, I mean, there were no compliments, but when it comes to Lennox, that's a positive. Nothing negative. Didn't send it back to the kitchen.
That's a victory.
Yeah. So I think the kids can eat the heel.
Lennox, at least.
And by the way, the heel slice, honey, less carbs if you think about it. They're usually smaller, usually thinner.
And oop.
Alrighty, where are we done, honey?
Yeah.
Okay, we're done. Oh, bye-bye.